Now we are going to have our guest speaker, Joy Li, give us a short talk about Chinese. She's a Chinese native speaker who was born in Taiwan, as well as a TED-Ed series author in superhero science. She's currently a teacher at Crockett High School.
So when he said I was a teacher at Crockett High School, what do you guys think I was teaching?
Chinese.
If I told you I wasn't a Chinese teacher, what do you think I'm teaching? Half of you are thinking math. It's okay. I am a math teacher by day. I'm a stand-up comic by night. I do some TED-Ed stuff. Is this fixed now? Not yet. Okay, so while that's happening, I can tell you a story. I have a confession. I'm marrying a white dude. And when my 90-year-old grandmother came to visit me last year, my white fiance was eager to make a good impression. So he took 2 weeks memorizing the phrase, 奶奶你好，我叫 Alex, which means, hello, grandma, my name is Alex. And come the day, he still messed up and actually said, 奶奶你好，我叫 Alex, which, for those of you who don't know, actually translates to, hello, boobies, me dumpling Alex. And my grandma, being a very good sport, ended up saying, 这洋鬼子讲中文呢, which means, oh my god, this foreign devil is speaking Chinese to me. And I will never live that one down for as long as I live. I will always be the wife that had a grandma that was racist. She's not racist, she was kidding. Okay, so I am here to answer why Chinese. Why are we learning Chinese? And why are there so few people? Like, how many native speakers of the Chinese language are there? Now, I grew up here, kind of, most of my life. So a lot of Americans always just thinking, why are we learning a foreign language in high school? Everybody speaks English anyway, right? Think about it. Everybody learns English. Like where I grew up in Taiwan, everybody is actually required to learn English in elementary school. So why do we even bother with foreign languages? Well, actually, you might be surprised. Take a look at this. There are more English speakers as a second language than any other language. So most of the world is actually learning English as a second language. 603 million speakers as English in second language. However, if you look at the total there are more people speaking Mandarin Chinese than there are English. Isn't that surprising? Even with most of the world learning English, Chinese is still the #1 language in the world. That is crazy. That's because there's so many of us. We replicate. Right, so China's the world's second largest economy. You know that learning Chinese opens a world of opportunities. There's really no harm other than the jokes you might make when you're mispronouncing our language. Speaking Mandarin can improve your job prospects, especially if you're going to business. If you're trying to open a new world on the other side of the world, then yes, Chinese is actually mandatory. Not to mention all the travel opportunities. I mean, if you really want to find out what's in your food, I suggest you learn Chinese. But if you don't want to find out and just want to enjoy delicious food, good for you. I went to Houston's Chinatown. I tried to order in English so that my fiance doesn't think I'm ordering intestines. And they didn't speak English at all. I had to actually order in Chinese, so I did order intestines. He had no idea. So, no idea. So, however, Chinese is not most students' first foreign language choice. European languages like Spanish, French, and German are more popular. And I would assume it's because they use kind of like letters, so it's more similar to English than not. Why? Yeah, too hard to learn, right? So I'm a super clumsy person. I hurt myself all the time. So all the time when walking through the house, like, I always make these noises. And then he looks at me funny. I'm like, what are you looking at? And he said, well, you make karate noises when you get hurt. No, that's hi-ya, not aya. So if I were to actually say that when I'm trying to kick some butt, then you'll be like, ouch. No, that's the opposite of it. And they can't tell the difference, but we can. So there are 4 tones in Chinese. There's E, 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 E. So there are 4 different tones, and the tones of the syllables are used to distinguish these word meanings. So for those of you who are here, I want you to think about these 2 combinations. What's one combination of intonation that will actually make sense to you? Does anybody have any answer? They want to volunteer? 睡觉. Okay, so she just said 睡觉, so that was for the first one. That means to sleep. Anybody else? 水饺. Okay, that means dumpling, right? What else? What about the second one? 浇水. What does that mean? Watering plants. Okay, so let's see. There are a few things you can do. You can say 我要睡觉. That means I want to go to sleep. That's an adorable bulldog, which is probably what I feel like because I've been teaching kids all day today. 我要水饺. I want some dumplings, which is always true for me. 我要浇水. That means I want some kind of liquid glue, and then I want to water the flowers, which is also 浇水. And then 我要浇水, which means tax. By the way, guys, tax season is coming up. Get your taxes in order. Okay, so there are all these different things just from those two combinations, and there are all these different intonations. Sounds really intimidating, doesn't it? It's actually not that bad. There are a limited number of sounds in Chinese, approximately only about 1,200 possible syllables. Yes, including tones. Very surprising. It's far fewer than English. I know. You only need to know about 3,500 characters to achieve minimal communication, but to read almost everything in the newspaper, just 1,000. It's really not as bad as you think. It's just people see these characters and then they get scared. It's really nothing to be scared of. To learn any new language, you have to study and memorize anyway. So new vocabularies, grammatical structures, things are going to be different than English, as well as use them. This always takes time and effort. Chinese is not any harder. As long as you can actually open your mind and just embrace the differences, it's not that bad, I promise you. So I'm really happy that there's so many people here actually trying to embrace our language and our culture. And I hope you guys have a good time doing that this year.